Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. Ryan Garcia fight. Why Gervonta Davis will stand his own path. Gervonta Davis facing Ryan Garcia is a complex situation. It's not as easy as Garcia demanding the fight and transparent negotiations. If anyone in boxing has learned anything over the years, you never second-guess Floyd Mayweather or his team. Leonard Ellerbe, Mayweather, and the TMT background team don't take too kindly to demons. They are usually the ones calling the shots. Gervonta Davis resistance. Therefore, Garcia's latest outburst got met with resistance from the get-go. First up was Mayweather speaking to FightHype.com. Ryan Garcia really wants this fight with Tank. So if you really want this fight with Tank, sacrifice, say Mayweather. Oscar, we can make the fight happen. 135 is the weight class, Tank is the ace side. Ryan Garcia at super lightweight. Mayweather immediately set out his stall that the fighter would be on Tank's terms. Less than 24 hours after Garcia revealed he no longer could make lightweight. Going further on keeping Davis on his own path, Mayweather then ruled out any other fighters. They don't instigate. Shakur Stevenson's a helluva fighter. Devin Haney is a helluva fighter. But guess what? If Top Rank has Haney and Shakur, then they need to fight each other. Don't worry about Gervonta Davis. Let Tank continue to do what Tank's doing. Ellerbe publicly discussed Garcia previously wanting to fight Davis, before only to move on to what proved to be a non-existent fight with Manny Pacquiao. Dan Rafael, working for WBN at the time, backed Garcia up. He kind of left out the part that shortly after I reached out and we communicated, Ryan was dealing with some issues and hasn't fought since then. How the hell am I supposed to send over an offer if he's stepped away with some personal issues? He was trying to get a Pacquiao fight done, so I don't blame him for putting Tank on the back burner for that. It didn't work out, but that's life, Rafael said. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 2000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard, absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks for supporting me, guys. Will Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia ever fight? Not happy with the back burner comment, Ellerbe came swinging back at Dan. Tank never was on anybody's back burner. He will never dictate anything that happens as it relates to Tank. If it happens down the road, it happens. Nobody is going to wait or chase him. By the way, all the talk about back was BS as well. Funny how the Tank and his team try to make that fight happen, but never comes up. I guess some of the media didn't think that was a big fight. Now you only have to ask Gary Russell Jr. How allowed to Davis go down with the Mayweather team? Gervonta Davis, he's not in a rush. Or maybe Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellerbe, none of the guys are not in a rush of putting him in the ring with me, Russell before fighting Mark Magsayo. Some of the behind-the-scenes goings-on, coupled with Mayweather's comments on the media, did cause some unrest with Davis. Davis stayed at Mayweather Promotions. It was no secret that the Legro WBA champion was concerned with moving on early this year. My contract is up, that's why they want me to fight his clone, Rolando Romero Sobet, said Davis before eventually agreeing on the fight. Davis eventually decided to remain a Mayweather fighter. The likelihood now is Garcia will fight an alternative foil later this year in a step towards a 140-pound title, or even a full shot. At some time, Gervonta Davis will prepare himself for another pay-per-view that should lead to a mandatory shot at Devin Haney, if he wants those belts in his position. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.